Turtle power, time to attack. Hey guys, you want to get some more of that pizza? Mikey, it's not the time. It's always time for pizza! What up, big kids? Here's your big review of the Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series premiere, Turtles Rising. I have to say, I absolutely love this show. Just off the get-go, if you just want the short end of it, that's it. Now you don't have to watch the video, you know I love it. But here's the reasons why I love it. Now, this is the third, if you don't count the live-action Ninja Turtles Next Mutation live-action show that Saban did. This is the third Ninja Turtles cartoon we've gone in. We've had Ninja Turtles in many incarnations, from the original comics to the '87 cartoon, which I grew up with, the 2003 cartoon, which a lot of newer fans are accustomed to. There was the live-action movies, the TMT CGI cartoon, and this one I'm getting to. This is the now second incarnation of a CGI Ninja Turtles. People were very skeptical of the animation because, you know, unless it's like Clone Wars or maybe Green Lantern or a couple other shows, you know, like Beast Wars or whatever, CGI doesn't guarantee that show will be good. I mean, we have proof of that for many other things, but I have to say I love the animation. I was a big fan of the TMNT CGI live action or a CGI movie, and seeing this cartoon, I love the animation. I love the style. As you can tell based on the toys, which I will review these 4 toys next. I was going to actually do it, but I was feeling kind of not at my best. I actually just got over a big headache, but I wanted to do this video because I love the look of the Turtles. They're a combination of the classic comic Turtles, or in a little bit of the 2003, a little bit of '87. And speaking of '87, the personalities of the Turtles, which has a great voice cast, everyone from Jason Biggs as Leonardo to Rob Paulson, who voices Donatello, who did the original Raphael, to Sean Austin, who does Raphael, and Greg Cripps, who does Michelangelo. They're just amazing. Amazing voice cast. The personality of these Turtles are just spot on. At least from what I know the Turtles. I mean, how I want the Turtles. Leonardo is definitely the leader that is a little reluctant, maybe be a little over his head, but wants to lead his brothers into battle. Raphael's the hothead, a little bit of a dick, and which we love him for. Donatello is the smart, nerdy one that's a little awkward at times and has a big crush on April, which I'll get more into a bit. And Michelangelo's the fun-loving, a little bit kind of, he has that kind of like Cody from Saved by the Bell attitude, very dude, you know, it's like, you know, kind of not the brightest one, but we just love him. Mikey really stole the show on this premiere. I really love in this episode how they're based in Turtles. I love the fact that it has Splinter being from Japan. You know, his family was killed by Shredder because of a love story, love gone wrong. You know, Shredder wanted Splinter's wife, and then like decided to, you know, tear down his village and kill his family, which was very sad and deep. You know, very dark based on like the original. And then him just buying a bunch of baby turtles one day, and then he stumbles upon these men, which I'll get into in a second, that turn out to have this mutagen that turns Splinter, because there was a rat near him, into the rat sensei that we know and love, and then the Turtles into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 15 years later, on Mutagen Day, this is really the rise in the Ninja Turtles. We see them on the surface world. We see them for the first time eating pizza, which I absolutely love. How Michelangelo is the first one to try pizza. He tries to pretend that it's awful, but then he absolutely loves it, and the Turtles love it. And it was so cool because I absolutely love that. It's like eating pizza. I thought that was just hilarious. And that's one thing I love about the show. Not only is the voice acting great, but these are the fun-loving Turtles I grew up with. This is what I think of the Ninja Turtles. Yes, I know a lot of people like the more comic, more serious side, but to me, the Turtles should be fun-loving. Yes, they have their serious side, they're ninjas, there's some dark moments, which is great, and I love the action in this, by the way, but the humor, the camaraderie of the Turtles is what really keeps the show together. Like the little quirks, the little puns that the Turtles do, like Michelangelo and even Raphael and Donatello and Leo, everyone is just spot on, just like hilarious. And I you just love these characters just from the get-go. Just 5 minutes, you're hooked, and that's how I was. Like, I love the action in it. The fight choreography is very smooth and very fluid with the turtles. I love, you know, it's not too much slow motion. One thing that might turn off some people if you're not a big fan of Ultimate Spider-Man, the humor though has some of those kind of sound effects, very you know, like kind of like you see little word bubbles or little anime style kind of action. I know Ultimate Spider-Man does that a little too much for some people's taste, but I think this one balances out where it's not overblown. But yeah, I mean, I love that kind of humor. That's my kind of humor I do in my videos. So for me, that's perfect. That's what I love in humor. So that's why the show just really grabbed me in the humor department, the action. The characters really great. April is younger. She's voiced by Mae Whitman, who, you know, as you know from Scott Pilgrim or Independence Day and other things, or Last Airbender. She does a great job as April. Donnie really loves her, like has a mad crush on her, and I think at all points the turtles had a big crush on her, even though they're turtles and she's a woman. But seriously, like I really like her character. She seems very, you know, smart. You know, she's not just a damsel in distress. Even though she is captured, you know, she is trying to figure out a way to escape. And, you know, even though she's in this, you know, being taken by aliens. By the way the bad guys are Krangs. Krang, as we know from the 87, the big brain, you know, from Dimension X. They're now a species, and we knew that Krang wasn't the only one of his kind, so it's cool that they're the Krang. I like how they incorporate that, and they really set it up for future storylines with Krang and like the big robotic bodies, and while the brains in the stomach. I really like that. Good nod. So and the way they set up at the end with Shredder, I cannot wait. I'm just loving the show. Nickelodeon, all the writers, the voice actors, everyone. To me, I did like the 2003 series a lot, but to me I felt it kind of lacked something what I loved about the 87, just in the fun-loving element. There was some good jokes and it was some great action, great stories, but to me I think this really brings what I loved about the 87 and the 2003, and really brings it full circle. And I really love the animation. Like the CGI really works for the show. So I'm really happy between Nickelodeon Playmates. I think this is definitely the year for Ninja Turtles. Hopefully when we do get that live action movie, and that maybe Michael Bay won't have anything to do with it, it'll be, you know, just as good as this cartoon or better. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm happy with the toys. I'm happy with the cartoon. It's turtle power all the way. So what do you big kids think? Are you a fan of this new Ninja Turtle cartoon? What did you like? What you didn't like? Who's your favorite character? Mikey definitely stole the show, but Raphael's still one of my favorites. So what do you big kids think? Let me know in the comments below. And for more reviews, geek news, and more, check out bkbn.net. I'm Sean Long, member of Celebrate Your Noon. In a big way, cowabunga!
Go to bkbn.net! Go to bkbn.net! Go to bkbn.net! I tell you to go down!
It's always time for pizza!
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 Pizza!